everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm finally getting around to doing my 1,000 subscriber that's a good start. My 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Sorry it's taken me a while to get around to doing it, you know what I'm like. So I've gathered questions from YouTube and some also on my Instagram. I did ask on Twitter, but no one replied to that, so... But we've got plenty of questions, so that's fine. I feel really weird doing this. It's just me. I ain't got a game to play. What do I do? So some questions that I've got have been like similar or pretty much the same questions from like different people. So for those ones, I will have grouped them together, just so I'm not answering them. And I can't speak to just so I'm not answering them twice. So yeah, I guess we'll get started really. I feel like we'll start with some generic ones and we'll get on to like some, because there's some Tomb Raider questions and gamey questions, so I think I'll leave them towards the end. So Flammable Critical on YouTube asked me what's my favourite animal. Personally, I like tigers. Tigers are cool. I'm not sure really. I know when I was little I did start liking wolves quite a bit because of the first Tomb Raider. Obviously that's like the first like enemy you fight in the very first game. So I remember getting quite an obsession with wolves for some reason. I just thought they were cool. Other than that, I know it's boring, but I think it would probably be dogs. I love dogs. And I also love hamsters. Whales are cool. I like whales. I feel like now I need to get like a big, just generic list of animals. And have a look. Oh, fennec foxes. They're cute. I love them. They're so cute. I actually held some on holiday once. They were quite smelly though. They were in need of a wash. But they're so cute. Sorry, now I'm just looking at pictures of fennec foxes. Monkeys. Monkeys is another one. So cute. Oh, I've just seen a picture of a really happy owl. I'll have to remember that I've done this search and put them in the video so you all know what I'm looking at. Otherwise, it's a bit weird really. I feel like I ain't really answered this question. Hedgehogs. I love hedgehogs. Yeah, I do think my answer probably would have to be dogs. I know that's a bit boring, but can't go wrong with a dog really, can you? They're so lovable. And another question again on YouTube from Skype Me. Have I ever played GTA? I have. Bits of it. I used to like playing it when I was younger. I just liked driving around personally. I wouldn't have ever been able to do the levels or anything. I was never good at that sort of thing. And I wasn't really interested. The concept of the game isn't really my sort of thing. Yeah, but I did enjoy driving around, even though that normally involves pulling someone out of their car and stealing it, basically, because that's what the game was all about, wasn't it? Really. So another question over on Instagram from Karina, I believe, who is C Simmons 95, asked Christmas or Halloween. I think that's for me is definitely an easy Christmas. I love Christmas. We don't really celebrate Halloween much over here, but I do like dressing up and stuff. That's always been fun. I like doing that. But no, it's definitely always Christmas. I love Christmas. I'm really excited to have our first Christmas in our house, which will be nice. Although I don't know where we're going to put the Christmas tree. We don't really have any room, but we'll figure it out. I think I've got a couple of duplicate questions here now. So I think Jason Sand over on YouTube and ClaireBear027 over on Instagram asked me where do I live. Obviously I can't disclose the specifics. I think the most I could say really is obviously I'm from the UK and I live in the Yorkshire area. I'm a Yorkshire lass, basically. Yeah, I've kind of lived here all my life really. I moved away a bit when I went to university for 3 years and then I came back and yeah. I haven't really ever thought of moving anywhere else unless it was required for like a job or anything, but I've managed to get a job here, so which actually probably leads me on to another duplicate question, which was from Suzanne and Golson, who is Gooey Glamsticks on Instagram, asked me about my profession. Again, I don't know how specific I can get really, because I mean, I don't exactly think I'd be in any trouble from disclosing my job. It's but obviously I do want to keep a level of privacy. So I think the most I can really say is I basically do like admin work in a healthcare setting. But yeah, I'm basically at a computer all day. I work 8 till 4, Monday to Friday. So yeah, full time. But the car parking there is a nightmare at the minute. So although I don't start work till 8, if I don't get to the car park till 7:30, I don't get parked. So that means I have to leave my house at about 7, which means I have to get up about 6:30. So it ends up being a really long day. Yeah, I basically just do admin work. Yeah. Oh, we'll do another duplicate questions since I'm on the duplicate questions. Again, Gulson, who is Gooey Glamsticks, and Becky, who is Becky R. Moore on Instagram, asked me what my favourite Taylor Swift song was. That's such a hard question. I feel like I get asked that so much. Whenever someone finds out I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, it's one of the first questions, really. I don't know. I think since the re-releases, I have been obsessed with the 10-minute version of All Too Well. I just think that's a masterpiece. So that's definitely up there. I've always loved most of the songs on Red, to be fair. Red's my favourite album. That's probably an easier question to answer. I also love Lover as well. That's one of my favourite songs. Cornelia Street, I love that song. Cornelia Street, it's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. That's always been a really hard question because I love so many of them. It's hard to pick a favourite because I feel like it changes quite a lot, really. But yeah. I got a question here again on Instagram from Harry007 Bond, who asked, "How do you get noticed on YouTube?" I don't really know. I mean, I wouldn't say I've really got noticed on YouTube. If anything, it's just been a bit of luck, really. But I think the one thing, so I started my channel like a few years ago, really, and all I did was post on YouTube. But since restarting the channel again last year, I have been posting a lot of clips onto TikTok, which I think has helped a lot. That's all I can think of that's really helped me, really. I'm sure that's been it. I'm hoping now that I've hit 1,000 subscribers that it would be a little bit easier to grow my channel. I think I heard from someone before that apparently hitting 1,000 subscribers is one of the most challenging parts, and then once you get past that milestone, I think it's meant to be getting a little bit easier, but I don't know if it actually will. So I am still trying to post on TikTok when I can. Obviously that adds more to my editing, really, because I'll edit the original video for YouTube and then I have to go back and pick out bits that I think would make good short clips. And although they're only short clips, it's still time going back and finding these bits and making these clips. So that does take time. So I think I've cut it down a little bit to posting maybe 1 or 2 TikToks a week. Yeah, I suppose that's what you gotta do if you want to get yourself out there, really. Is just post on as many platforms as you can. But yeah, in terms of actually being noticed on YouTube, I don't know if I'd class myself as being noticed, but yeah, I think my advice would just be to post as much as you can everywhere. Obviously with links to your channel, and yeah, hope for the best. I do think a lot of it is just luck sometimes. It's hard. It's a hard place to grow. Oh, I don't normally talk this much. I'm getting out of breath. Is that bad? It's bad, that, isn't it? This is... I've got a Taylor Swift glass as well. Right, I think I'll go through the rest of these Instagram questions that I've got left. So Gulson asked a couple more questions. Who is my celebrity crush? Which is an interesting one. I think I've always had a thing for Dylan O'Brien. I just think he's very cute. So it'd probably be him. Gulson also asked who is the most famous person I've ever met. This is a bit of a sore subject, really. I do have a video about it that I posted a while ago on my channel. It's a bit of an older video now, but I did almost meet Taylor Swift. So those of you who don't know, Taylor does meet quite a lot of her fans after concerts, or she's met up with them before album releases and invited them to her house and stuff like that. My experience was I went to the Jingle Bell Ball in 2017 and I had a Tumblr account which I used as like my Taylor Swift account. Fan account anyways, and as I got into the O2 arena I actually lost signal. I couldn't get access, couldn't get on the O2 Wi-Fi, nothing. But yeah, there we have it, and I sat and enjoyed the show and whatnot. Anyways, hours passed. I think we left at about 10, half 10 of the night time, and I finally got my signal back, logged into Tumblr, saw a message from Taylor Nation, which is like her, I don't know how you describe them, like a management social media team. But anyways, I had a message from them which said that Taylor wanted to meet me after her set, and she was first on at the show, so that was hours ago. And it told me instructions of where to go, what to say, like when I got to this place to be let in. And yeah, but it was all too late, so that didn't happen. Obviously, I messaged them back saying, sorry, I've not had signal. Can I get another chance? Blah, blah. But nothing. I think I have slowly moved on, but that'll always hurt because I don't think I'll ever get that chance again. But that hasn't really answered the question, really, has it? Most famous person I've met, because I didn't really meet her. Other than that, I think, well, I used to do a lot of athletics. When I was at university, a lot of the GB athletes used to train there, so I met quite a few of the GB Olympians. So probably them. That's probably the most famous I've got, really. So here's another one on Instagram. Nathan McShane96 asked, other than YouTube, how else do I spend my free time? I'm not that much interested, really. I just play games myself, I suppose. So when I'm not gaming for YouTube, I've been mainly playing Horizon Forbidden West in my free time. That's about it, really. I've been working out a lot recently. I'm trying to lose weight for personal reasons. It's just me, so yeah, that's taking up a lot of my time. My schedule at the minute is I get home from work, I'll do about an hour workout or so and get a shower, have some food, and then I'm either video editing or I'll go on my PlayStation. So a bit boring, aren't I? On to some more YouTube questions. So Neptune667 asked, what was my favourite movie? I like so many. I think one of my all-time favourite classics, now this is really girly, but I think it would have to be the first Princess Diaries. I love that film. It's just a real good feel-good film. I think that's one of my favourites. Probably have plenty more, but I can't think off the top of my head. A lot of Disney films. I love Disney, so yeah. Jamie Dowell asked, what is my favourite TV show at the moment? Obviously, I presume this would have been asked maybe a couple of weeks ago, so it might have changed from then to now. But I've just finished watching Stranger Things, which I think a lot of people have. It's obviously sort of that, although I've finished watching it now until the next bit, which is coming out next month, I think. Other than that, I've been watching A Good Place on Netflix, but I've nearly finished that, to be fair. But I've been enjoying that. That's just been a nice, short, feel-good sort of thing to watch. Now, some people here have asked a few questions at once, which is fine, but then some of them are duplicates, so I'll answer the other questions, then I'll do the duplicates together. Leo Firefly asked, what is your favourite vacation spot? I've not really been on vacation in a while, obviously because of COVID and stuff. I went to Gran Canaria a few years ago and I really loved that. I'd like to go there again. It was so nice. I also asked if I'm a spiritual person. I wouldn't say no. I don't think I am, no. No. And we've got Clint McBride has asked a few questions. The first one, who is your favourite hero or heroine in fiction? As much as I love Lara Croft, I think my all-time favourite would actually be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I loved that series. I never really read the magazines. I don't know if that makes me less of a fan. I don't know. I just couldn't get into magazine reading. But in terms of the TV series, I've watched that so many times. So yeah, she's always been one of my number one favourite heroines. After that, it probably would be Lara Croft as well. Another question, which version of Lara would win a fight and why? That's an interesting one. I actually got up the versions of Lara to have a look, really, and have a think about it. But I honestly think it would still be one of like the original Laras. Although I love the new version of the new reboot of Lara that they've brought out, but I do think the original Lara has got a bit more fight in her, a bit more, I don't know, attitude maybe. So I think one of the originals would win. Maybe like, I don't know, Tomb Raider 3 Lara or Chronicles Lara. That's who I think anyways. Final question from Clint was, as you grew up, what were some of your dream jobs? That's funny now, really. I've had all sorts of dream jobs, but now that I'm older, I don't think that really exists, to be fair. But I went through quite a lot when I was younger. I think at one point, I did want to be an archaeologist at one point because of Lara. And then I realised that wasn't really what I thought it was. I'd have loved to have been a vet, I think, at one point, but I was never good at science or biology, really, in school, and I'm also not very good with like blood and stuff like that, so I don't think that would have really worked out. Plus I would have just got so sad all the time if we had to ever had to put animals down. I don't think I could deal with that. If you ask me now, it would be probably to do this full time. A gal can dream. Okay, so I'll do a duplicate question again. So the final question from Leah Firefly over on YouTube was, what is your favourite Tomb Raider game? And this was also asked by Lavik. What is my favourite Tomb Raider game? It's a tough one. Obviously I've been going back through them at the minute. I feel like I can't really remember much of Legends, Anniversary and Underworld because it's been so long since I've played them. Can't remember liking Angel of Darkness very much just because they changed so much in that game. I don't think I really enjoyed that. I think I do remember loving Legends, so that's probably up there. And probably just for like nostalgia's sake, I think the very original first Tomb Raider game will always be one of my favourites, and the second one, just because it brings back so much nostalgia. Even though I didn't get very far as a kid, like the first few levels on them, I'll always like remember. So probably one of them. I do like the reboots as well, although I wasn't very keen on the first 2013 reboot. I personally think it had a bit too much combat in it, and I feel like it kind of took away from what Tomb Raider was really about. But then the other two after it, Shadow and Raz, were a lot better, so they were good too. But yeah, I think for the sake of like nostalgic vibes, the first and second Tomb Raider game probably up there, one of my favourites, even though they scared me. A couple more questions from Lavik over on YouTube. What is your favourite video game? Obviously I love Tomb Raider. I think other than Tomb Raider, I love the Horizon 2 games that they brought out, so Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. I loved the first one. I'm currently playing the second one and I'm really enjoying that. Also, strangely, I think it was the second lockdown here in the UK, so it was like November 2020. I actually played Alien Isolation and I got obsessed with that game. I loved it. It was really weird. Because obviously it's a horror game and that's not really my sort of thing, especially to like enjoy. But honestly, I loved it. I finished the game and I was so determined to get the platinum trophy on it. I just replayed it again, like on super hard mode or whatever it was. And I did it. Me. I don't know what it was. I think it was just almost like the thrill and like the adrenaline of like the aliens chasing you around. Oh, I really wish I'd done it for like the channel, to be fair. But it was before I'd restarted my channel and I wasn't actually at home during lockdown, so I wouldn't have been able to anyways. But yeah, I hope to do another one. I think there has been talks about it, but I'm not sure. And the final question from Lavik is, what's my favourite colour? I love pastel colours. Yeah, so like pastel pink and purple, probably up there with my favourite colours. I don't know if you can see here actually, we've been testing some colours, and I don't know if any of you follow my Instagram. I put up a poll about some wallpaper the other week. I think I finally decided on one. If you don't follow me on Instagram, by the way, the links are always in the description. I do post a bit extra on there sometimes, just little bits, or if you like the hamsters, there, I put them on there a lot. I think we're on to the final sort of questions now. Ed Scar asked a few questions. I'll save one for in a bit because it's a duplicate question. But what is my favourite Tomb Raider level? I was thinking about this and I think one level that always comes back to me, I think it's in the first game. I found it now. I got mixed up. So I actually really liked the first St. Francis Folly in the first Tomb Raider, where like you're making your way down and you gotta go through all different doors like 4 and whatnot. I really enjoyed that level and I always remember it. I feel like it's very classic Tomb Raider. I think that's one of my favourite levels. Other than that, I think maybe the Venice levels in Tomb Raider 2. I think they were always a classic, probably because that's as far as I got when I was little. So another question by Ed Scar was also, what did you think of Tomb Raider or Lara when you was younger? So my story of kind of getting into Tomb Raider was my auntie used to play the games when I was little, and I used to go for like sleepovers with her like most weekends, and I'd just sit and watch her play the game. It's funny, I had a discussion with her not so long ago and she was saying that I was the most easiest child to babysit because all I'd do was ask her to play Tomb Raider so I could watch her. But I was always too scared to play it myself. I'd maybe play the house mode, but then she'd have to lock the butler up for me because I couldn't do it and it terrified me. So yeah, growing up, I've always loved that. I've always thought Lara was really cool. I think as well, growing up, you didn't have that many female protagonists in games, so I think it was just nice to see as a young girl growing up. They are increasing now. I think it is getting a lot better in terms of female protagonists, but I do think we've still got a way to go. So I always thought Lara was really cool growing up, and I still do. Okay, I've got a couple of similar questions again. So Jason Sand on YouTube and underscore ale1004 underscore I think, is it Alejandro? Apologies if I've said that wrong. Over on Instagram asked me if I'd play Angel of Darkness plus the rest of the games. Now I've made a decision. I'm definitely playing Chronicles. That's part of the PlayStation 1 classics. I think I've got it working on my computer. Angel of Darkness, now I don't think I'm alone in this, in that I didn't really enjoy that game very much from what I played from it when I was younger, but that was a long time ago and I'm willing to give it another go if I can get it working on my computer. I think Jason did mention in your comment, you mentioned that I might need some mods for it, a mod or two to get it working to its full potential. So we'll see, because I do have it on Steam. We'll see how it works on there. If not, I do actually have a PlayStation 2 emulator that I've been testing out, so I could maybe try the game on there if worse comes to worse. But we'll see. I've got to get through Chronicles first. So in terms of the rest of the games after that, I do have them all. I would like to play Legends and Underworld again. I haven't played them in such a long time. I think Legends definitely. And I think we'll just see as we go from each game to game. In terms of the reboot series, if people want to see that, I can play them. Obviously a long time ago when Shadow of the Tomb Raider first came out, I did actually start playing that on my channel. But obviously it was before I grew this sort of community and I didn't have a lot of people watching my videos back then, so I stopped. But we'll see when we get there. We'll get through the older ones first and we'll see. Jason also asked, I thought this was a good question, what is one thing you like the most about your channel and one thing that you dislike? So that's a good question. I think what I like most about my channel is the community I've grown. It's really nice to have all you guys watching and supporting me. I think compared to a few years ago when I first started and I was making videos, it was always a bit disheartening spending, you know, an hour or so recording and then hours editing to put it onto YouTube and not get anything from it. I think that's why I stopped. But I'm back now. But that can be really difficult to take in and motivate you to carry on, I guess. But now I feel like I actually have a reason to get recording and get videos out, so it's nice. So I think that's what I like the most about my channel, is the community that I've grown. Thing I dislike about my channel, now I was thinking about this when I first read the question and I wasn't really sure what to say, but I've been thinking about it the past few days and honestly I don't like my channel name. From when I started, I don't know, I think it's changed now, but when I first set up this account, you had to have a first and like a last name. You couldn't just have one name. I think it was when it got connected to Google. So I've always had like two names. I think for a little bit I had my actual name and then I changed that because I thought I kind of wanted to dissociate, you know, from, I don't know, privacy reasons. And then I think at one point I changed it to something called Little Marshmallow, but then when I typed Little Marshmallow into YouTube, it brought up some strange stuff. So I reverted back to my name. And then since I rebooted last year, I've kind of gone to, well, what it is now really, which is Maggie Lee. So the reason behind that is my name is Megan, M-A-E-G-A-N. It's always been spelled that way. It complicates a lot of things in my life, believe me. But a lot of people as a nickname when I was younger used to call me Maggie, and I've spelt it like that. That's just how I've spelt it, because I've got, my name is A-E and then my middle name is Lee, so that's where the Lee came from. But I do think it's not the easiest things to search. I think my little cousin the other day was asking me about my channel and I was trying to tell him how to find it. I mean, I don't have a lot of kids on here, I don't think, but I think it is a difficult and awkward thing to find. I wish I had a simpler channel name, but I've just never been able to think of one. So yeah, it'd be interesting to have your thoughts on this. Anyone who's still watching by now, it's been recording a fair bit. Any ideas for a channel name? Obviously it would mean rebranding everything, which is a bit of a shame, like my intro and outro and the banner. But I think I should change it at some point, just because I don't think it's the easiest of usernames to promote a channel. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I dislike most about the channel. I think this might be the final question. Again, it's a duplicate one. So Edgar and Suzanne both asked, what non-Tomb Raider games am I looking forward to playing? Now, I do want to steer away from Tomb Raider at some point, I think. Not completely, just have like a break or a mix on the channel. Now, I have a game called Little Misfortune that I've been wanting to play for ages. I just thought that would be a nice little indie game for the channel. Also, there's a game coming out called Stray on the PlayStation, which is like a cat game, and like you play as a cat in this robotic world. But I don't have a capture card. Now, I've been looking into one, and I'm thinking of getting one, even though if I can work out how to use it. I'm not the most technical person. So yeah, probably that definitely would be on the cards if I can get a capture card working. So hopefully if anyone would be interested in that. Like I said, I do want to start to play other games on the channel. I guess I'm just a bit worried that I've grown such a big Tomb Raider community that if I play anything else, people might not want to watch it. But I'm going to run out of Tomb Raider games eventually, so I'd like to know your thoughts about that. If anyone's got any opinions about me playing other games, yeah, let me know. It was come to say hello. Hey? Say hello. No, you're so wiggly. You're such a Wigglesworth. Are you? She's not happy because I just changed the bedding in her house because it was smelly, may I add. You're a bit stinky. Look at you wriggling. I've never seen something wriggle so much. Oh, goodness. Look at her little legs go. But yeah. I had to change it. You're not happy. But you were stinky. Stinky, stinky, stinky. Oh! Give me a little nibble. Best put her down. She's very wiggly. We're going to have an accident. Yeah. Say bye. No, you're wandering off. Off you go. Right. There you go then. Now, there is one more question that I was asked that I nearly forgot to answer. I'm super sorry. It was a last minute one by Matt, who is 9Matt2 on YouTube. He asked, what microphone and video editing software do I use? Now, the microphone I use is the Razer Siren Mini. I just got it off Amazon. It's a USB condenser microphone. I'll put a link in the description of this video for those who are interested. I think I got it for about £34. It's a bit more than that looking now. It's one of those things on Amazon, it goes up and down in price. So you just gotta keep an eye on it. It did come with its own little stand, but it's only so small. So, and the thing I've noticed with this microphone, it does need to be quite close to your face for like good recording voice sound. What am I talking about? Don't know. I'll see if I can test it. So I'll put it over there. You probably can't hear me as well, or you'll be able to hear me, but it's not very good quality compared to if I bring it back to my face. It should have increased in quality and noise, I guess. But yeah, so if anyone is thinking of getting this microphone, I would get a stand, or you could maybe get a few boxes to lift the microphone up. So it depends how high your desk is. I don't know, but it's a good microphone. I've never really had to change any of the settings on it. I've just kind of plugged it in and gone with it, so pretty good. And the video editing software I use is called Davinci Resolve. It's free. I will put a link again in the description. Yeah, it's done me well all these years, really, can't go wrong. It is quite a hefty program. That is the only issue. It probably can't get it working as well as it could do on like a standard computer or laptop. I'm not really sure, like I haven't tried it, but I know my old computer before I upgraded to this one was struggling. It would be quite slow while I'm editing it. The video would stutter, so sometimes I wasn't really sure what I was watching back. I just had to hope for the best. But even now that I've upgraded my PC, it does still struggle now and then. It's just quite a hefty program really, but it's free and it does the job, so I've just been sticking with it really. But yeah, I will put a link in the description again for that as well. Just one last thing on Davinci Resolve, actually, I've just had a look and it looks like Davinci Resolve 18 is out now. I'm using 17. I didn't know there was a new one out. I don't know what the differences are, so yeah, I just thought I'd add that in there. I'm using 17, but I might have a look what 18 is and download it. I don't know if it'd make any differences or not. I presume it's just an upgraded version, so I reckon either one of those versions will be fine. Right, I think that's all the questions. I think that's taken me so long to do. Oh my god, it's been 50 minutes. I'm sorry about the length of this video, considering it's not a gaming video. Obviously, I'll cut it as much as I can. Whoops. I didn't realise I'd been asked that many questions, to be fair. But yeah, thank you for all your questions. Hopefully I've answered them as best as I can. If I've missed any at all, I'm so sorry. But I'm sure I've captured them all. But yeah, thank you so much everyone who took part in that. So yeah, in terms of moving forward on my channel, I was going to have a little Tomb Raider break, but I've looked up Chronicles and it's actually not a very long game compared to the rest. So I'm going to crack on with that next. Then I might take a slight break and play something else, maybe alongside the next Tomb Raider, but I'm going to see how I feel. That's if I can get the next Tomb Raider working. I think I've got Chronicles working, so we're good to go with that. So we'll see. As always, thank you everyone for all your support. Hopefully my channel will continue growing from this on to the next milestone. I guess that'd be what, 5,000 subscribers? That'd be good. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!